Let me tell you something right now. You were not created to be average. You weren't designed for mediocrity. You were born with greatness on the inside of you. The same power that spoke the universe into existence is the same power that is available to you right now, right where you are. You were born for greatness, not mediocrity. Think about that for a moment. From the moment you took your first breath, you were designed with a divine purpose that goes beyond just existing. Your life is not a coincidence. The very fact that you are here today is proof that you are meant to make an impact, not just fill a space. You are not meant to blend in with the crowd, to be just another face in the sea of people. There is greatness on the inside of you, and it's time to recognize it. Your potential is limitless, yet so many people live as though they have a cap on their possibilities. They accept limitations, allowing the opinions of others and their own doubts to define what they can achieve. But I'm here to tell you that the moment you accept mediocrity is the moment you sell yourself short. You are destined for something bigger than just getting by or surviving. You were made to thrive, to lead, to excel. Mediocrity is a choice, and it's a choice that is beneath you. Every single one of us has been given unique gifts and talents, and it's not a coincidence that they are part of your makeup. These talents are not just for you to keep to yourself, they are for the world. You are made to stand out, to shine in ways that only you can. It's easy to look around and compare yourself to others, but your journey is uniquely yours. No one else can bring what you bring to the table, and that is your power. It's time to stop hiding your greatness and start walking in it. The world will try to tell you otherwise. It will whisper in your ear, convincing you that you are too small, too ordinary, too unqualified. But let me remind you of something. The very people who are making an impact today were once told they would never make it. They were once labeled as unworthy or incapable. They chose to rise above the noise and trust in the greatness that was within them. And you have that same greatness inside you. It doesn't matter where you've come from or what obstacles you've faced. What matters is where you're going. The truth is that mediocrity is a choice, but greatness is a mindset. It begins with how you see yourself. If you see yourself as average, then that's all you'll ever be. But if you see yourself as someone destined for greatness, someone with a unique purpose to fulfill, then you will begin to act accordingly. Your actions will align with your beliefs. You will start taking steps that reflect the person you believe yourself to be, someone who is worthy of success, abundance, and impact. Every day you make choices that either propel you toward your greatness or keep you stuck in a cycle of mediocrity. Every decision, from the people you spend time with to the way you spend your time, plays a part in shaping your future. If you continue to live according to the standards set by others, living in fear, doubt, and complacency, then you will never fully unlock your potential. But if you choose to break free from the chains of mediocrity and step into your calling, you will see doors open that you never imagined. You have everything you need right now to step into the greatness that is calling you. It's already within you, the power, the wisdom, the courage. All of it is available to you, but you must activate it. You can no longer afford to live small, to shrink yourself in order to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. You are destined for bigger things, and it's time you believe that. Mediocrity is the enemy of greatness. The sooner you recognize this, the sooner you will stop accepting less than what you are capable of. The world needs your gifts, your talents, your ideas. There is a purpose for your life that is waiting to be fulfilled. But that purpose can only be realized when you choose to rise above mediocrity and walk in the greatness you were born with. Don't settle for anything less. You were born to soar. Success begins with how you see yourself. The way you perceive your own worth and potential directly impacts what you will achieve in life. If you see yourself as someone unworthy of success, then that's exactly what you'll manifest in your life: lack, struggle, and missed opportunities. Your inner image, the picture you hold of yourself, will always determine the level of success you can reach. If you don't believe in your own ability to succeed, no matter how much you work, no matter how many opportunities come your way, you will always fall short. The first step to success is shifting your perception of yourself. The majority of people operate from a place of self-doubt. They think that they are too ordinary, too flawed, or too late to be successful. But that is nothing more than a limiting belief. When you look at yourself through the lens of negativity and limitation, you close the door to possibility. But when you start seeing yourself as someone with unlimited potential, someone worthy of success, the universe begins to align with that vision. Your thoughts shape your actions, and when you believe that success is inevitable for you, you begin to act with the confidence that leads to achievement. The most successful people in the world didn't get to where they are by accident. They got there because they first saw themselves in a way that others did not. They saw themselves as capable of achieving extraordinary things even when the odds were stacked against them. This vision of themselves allowed them to keep moving forward even when things seemed impossible. They didn't let temporary setbacks define them. Instead, they held fast to the belief that they were meant for something greater, and that belief fueled their actions, making success not just a possibility, but an inevitable outcome. If you don't see yourself as a success already, you will always be chasing it. The secret to reaching the next level in your life is not to chase success, but to embody it. Start seeing yourself as someone who has already achieved success. This doesn't mean being arrogant or delusional, but rather having the inner conviction that success is already yours. This mental shift will influence everything you do. When you operate from a place of certainty and self-belief, you will attract opportunities that align with your vision. You'll make decisions that reflect your confidence, and those decisions will lead you to greater success. When you see yourself as someone capable of greatness, you begin to take responsibility for your own success. You stop waiting for things to change externally and start looking at how you can grow internally. Success is not just about what happens to you. It's about how you respond to what happens. When you take ownership of your life and your actions, you no longer feel like a victim of circumstances. Instead, you feel empowered to create the life you want. This shift in perspective is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who only wish for them. Your self-image is the foundation upon which your success is built. If you see yourself as capable, resilient, and determined, you will face challenges with the confidence that you can overcome them. But if you see yourself as weak or unworthy, obstacles will seem insurmountable and failure will feel inevitable. How you view yourself will either give you the strength to push through adversity or cause you to quit before you ever even try. It's not the external world that determines your success. It's your internal world that shapes your reality. The truth is, you cannot outperform your self-image. If you want to achieve more, you must start by seeing yourself as more. You must elevate your self-perception and see yourself as someone capable of creating the life you desire. This doesn't mean that you are already perfect or that you don't have room to grow. It means that you acknowledge your worth, recognize your potential, and take action from that place of inner power. When you see yourself as someone who is destined for success, success will naturally follow. Changing the way you see yourself is not a one-time event. It's a continual process of reinforcing your worth and your abilities. Every day you must choose to see yourself as capable of achieving your goals. This shift in perception will empower you to take action even when things feel difficult. It will give you the courage to keep going when others might quit, and it will lead you to a life of success because you are no longer waiting for external validation or circumstances to change. You've already decided that you are worthy of everything you desire, and you are acting in alignment with that truth. Empowerment is not something that happens to you. It is something that you must choose every single day. It's a decision you make in the morning when you wake up and look at yourself in the mirror. It's a choice that comes in the form of your actions, your mindset, and the way you approach life. It's easy to feel empowered when everything is going right, when the sun is shining and your plans are working out. But true empowerment is tested in the storms of life. It's the daily decision to stand up even when you don't feel like it and to keep moving forward no matter the circumstances. Every day you are presented with countless opportunities to choose empowerment. You can choose to stay in bed, to wallow in negativity, or to let fear dictate your actions. Or you can decide to rise up, to take control of your mindset, and to step into your power. Empowerment is not something that is given to you by others. It's something that you must claim for yourself. And it begins with the way you talk to yourself, the thoughts you entertain, and the beliefs you hold. Every moment, every decision is a chance to either empower yourself or disempower yourself. When you make the choice to empower yourself, you are taking full responsibility for your life. You stop waiting for someone else to hand you the keys to success, to happiness, or to freedom. You recognize that you have the power to create the life you want, and that power starts with your decisions. You don't wait for the perfect circumstances, for the right time, or for everything to fall into place. You choose empowerment in the midst of uncertainty and adversity. You make the decision that no matter what happens, you will remain strong, focused, and determined to achieve your goals. Empowerment requires you to be intentional with your energy and your time. It's about recognizing that you cannot afford to waste another day. Every moment counts, and how you use that moment can either move you closer to your purpose or pull you further away from it. It's easy to let distractions take over your day. It's easy to let negativity creep in and derail your progress. But when you decide to empower yourself, you choose to control where your energy goes. You choose to prioritize the things that matter most: your health, your dreams, your relationships, and your growth. The decision to empower yourself is not just about external success. It's about internal peace and strength. It's about having the courage to confront your fears, to face your insecurities, and to move past your limiting beliefs. Empowerment is about acknowledging that you are worthy of success, happiness, and fulfillment, regardless of the mistakes you've made or the failures you've experienced. Every day you have the opportunity to redefine who you are and who you are becoming. Your past does not define you, your daily choices do. As you make the decision to empower yourself, you begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. Challenges become stepping stones, not roadblocks. You start to realize that nothing can hold you back unless you allow it. Empowerment gives you the strength to push through resistance, to keep going when the path seems unclear, and to trust that everything you need is already inside you. You no longer wait for permission or validation from others because you recognize that you are enough, just as you are. Empowerment also means letting go of the need for perfection. It's not about being flawless or having it all figured out. It's about showing up every day, giving your best, and being willing to learn and grow. Empowerment means embracing the journey, even when it's messy, uncomfortable, or uncertain. You are not waiting for the perfect moment because you understand that the power is in the present moment. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a victory. And as you make that decision to show up day after day, you build the confidence and resilience needed to overcome any challenge that comes your way. When you decide to empower yourself, you are not only changing your life, you are changing the world around you. Empowerment has a ripple effect. When you take control of your life, when you choose to be the best version of yourself, you inspire others to do the same. Your energy, your mindset, your actions, they influence those around you. Your empowerment becomes a source of motivation for others to rise up and make their own empowering decisions. It's a cycle of growth, strength, and inspiration that starts with one person deciding to take control of their life, and it spreads out into the world like a wildfire. Your habits shape your future more than you realize. Every small decision you make today is like a seed being planted in the soil of your life. Over time, those seeds grow and they determine the kind of life you will lead. It's easy to overlook the impact of daily habits, but they are the building blocks of your success. The way you spend your time, the routines you establish, and the choices you make on a consistent basis all create the future you will experience. If you want to change your future, you must first change your habits. Most people think that success comes from making big, dramatic changes. But in reality, it's the small, consistent actions that create lasting results. Success is built on the foundation of your habits. If you wake up every day and make intentional choices to be productive, to stay focused, and to work toward your goals, those habits compound over time and lead to extraordinary achievement. On the other hand, if you waste your days with distractions, procrastination, and unproductive behaviors, those habits will hold you back from reaching your potential. Your habits dictate your energy levels, your mindset, and your ability to execute on your goals. For instance, if you start your day with a healthy morning routine, perhaps meditation, exercise, or a moment of gratitude, you set a positive tone for the rest of the day. You feel more focused, energized, and motivated to take on the challenges that come your way. But if your morning is filled with chaos, negativity, or laziness, it's much harder to build momentum. The habits you form in the morning influence how the rest of your day unfolds, and how you spend your day determines the kind of life you will create. It's not just about big habits either. Even the small, seemingly insignificant choices you make every day contribute to your future. The way you spend your free time, the people you surround yourself with, the food you eat, and how you manage your mental and emotional health. These all play a role in shaping your destiny. When you consistently make choices that align with your goals and values, you are actively building the future you desire. But when you make choices that are misaligned, you are heading in a completely different direction. Small habits repeated over time will either propel you towards success or drag you away from it. The power of habits lies in their consistency. It's not about having one perfect day or one extraordinary moment. It's about showing up consistently and doing the work day in and day out. No matter how hard it may seem in the moment, the results will come if you stick with it. The key is to stay committed, even when the results aren't immediate. Habits take time to build, but once they are ingrained in your life, they become automatic, and the positive outcomes will follow. The future you envision is not a result of one day's work, but of the cumulative effect of consistent habits over weeks, months, and years. Habits also shape your identity. The more you practice a certain behavior, the more it becomes a part of who you are. If you develop a habit of being disciplined and working toward your goals every day, you begin to see yourself as someone who is capable of achieving big things. On the other hand, if your habits reinforce a mindset of laziness or avoidance, you start to see yourself as someone who